Good morning, everybody. This is Indie Games ICYMI for January 29th, 2014. I'm your host, Mr. Tom Scott, and let's get right into some indie game news. Free-to-play tactical collectible card game Conquest of Champions is now in open beta. Gamers interested in participating can go to conquestofchampions.com and download the latest build. Kaihan Games also has a browser-based version available as well. In Conquest of Champions, players wield powerful cards that are used to summon creatures and cast spells. The objective of the game is to destroy the enemy's hero and shrines while defending your own. A single-player campaign is available, but most players will want to head to battle against one another online through the game's live and asynchronous multiplayer modes. Conquest of Champions currently features over 130 cards and 6 different heroes, allowing players to build their decks with plenty of flexibility. Duplicate cards can be fused together to create a single stronger card, and players can collect and fuse certain cards together to create ultra rare cards. Look for Conquest of Champions to release on Steam in the near future. Yesterday, the official Hotline Miami Twitter account posted a rough release date for Hotline Miami 2, Wrong Number. Slated for a Q4 2014 release, Hotline Miami 2 is set to take place both before and after the events witnessed in the first game. This will be the final entry in the Hotline Miami series. Yesterday, Square Enix launched the first batch of titles involved with Collective. Previously announced last fall, Collective has Square Enix hosting games, which are then voted on by the public. Developers have a month's time frame to convince voters that their game is worthy enough to receive guidance from Square Enix and assistance with an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign. Of course, the guidance is not without cost. Square Enix takes 5% of the income earned through the Indiegogo campaign, and another 10% if the developers choose to use Square Enix as a distributor. Collective project leader Phil Elliott says the new program is more about raising awareness than it is about generating profit. Revenue isn't the primary driver for us launching Collective. We think it's important for the industry that there are good pipelines for new talent and creativity to come through. That may be true, but it is also obvious that big publishers are seeing the growing shift towards independently developed games, and some of them, well, all of them, would love nothing more than to have their logo show up on the splash screen of the next indie smash hit. Whether you believe Elliott's claims or not, there are 3 developers sitting in Collective right now that could use your support. Working with Square Enix is the chance of a lifetime for many developers, so regardless of cynicism, there is no question that some developers will benefit from the program. Last week, Lost Decade Games released their action RPG, A Wizard's Lizard for PC, Mac, and Linux. Inspired by The Binding of Isaac, Gauntlet, and The Legend of Zelda, A Wizard's Lizard puts players in the scaly skin of Raga, the lizard companion to the Wizard of Amberfall. When the wizard unlocks the secret of immortality, the Herald of Death comes and takes him away. Now Raga must seek vengeance for his slain friend. If you're watching the footage and thinking to yourself, this game looks familiar, you probably saw it originally on Kickstarter last summer. But back then it was called Crypt Run. Lost Decade Games decided to change the name because they felt A Wizard's Lizard has more personality and is easier to remember than Crypt Run. A Wizard's Lizard is available now for $15 through the game's official website, wizardslizard.com, and the game is still looking for support on Steam Greenlight. Stikbold is an upcoming arcadey dodgeball game where players run around various levels attempting to defeat the other players participating. Each level features plenty of obstacles to avoid, ensuring that there's never a dull moment of gameplay. Originally developed last year during the 48-hour Nordic Game Jam, Stikbold was voted most fun by the Jam's participants and placed 3rd overall at the same jam. With that success in mind, Stikbold's developers Rainbros decided to develop a full version of the game. Stikbold is set to feature local multiplayer for up to 10 players, as well as a single-player mode. Look for Stikbold at Indicate East and at Casual Connect. Rainbros is planning for a summer 2014 release. Alright, that's gonna do it for today. You guys know how to use YouTube. Just like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff would make me so happy. Indie ICYMI is set to be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday show, so I will see you guys on Friday.